lives with me, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about supported employment and where he's at now in his career path and how we got here. Chad has autism. He's nonverbal. He's 29. Life has been pretty challenging for Chad. He's really been dealt some obstacles along his way. Not a whole lot of people believed that Chad would be working. He's been called by so many professionals. Any label that you could put on him that would be in a negative consequence would be what the label they put on Chad. No one ever focused on what Chad could do. I've been a single parent with Chad since he was about 2. And that's a lot of responsibility making every single decision for Chad. I just kept searching for people that would believe in Chad. I just wanted to see what was out there, what his future was going to look like. And just always advocated and believed that Chad had a purpose. I wasn't sure when he was 6 or 7 what it was, but I just know that Chad had a purpose. And my job was to open doors for Chad. Doors did not open for him. Probably when Chad was around 10, we got into a classroom where a teacher saw past some of the behaviors, saw possibilities, and began to show me ways to teach Chad on how to be mindfully engaged in doing appropriate things. He just learned to work. Whatever she put in front of him, he was able to do it. We did get a communication device about that same time, but it wasn't like he could just use it naturally. Everything Chad knows has been taught to him, and it's not easy for Chad to learn new things. So there's a lot of repetition, and it can take years sometimes, but he is capable of learning, and he's doing really well. But going back to being in that classroom with the teacher that saw the possibilities, she got Chad his first job. It was in a law office. He was 14, 1 hour a week. Today, Chad's 29. He still holds that job, and he's the longest employee that they've ever had at that law office in Canton. We're just so appreciative of that opportunity from the first job. And from that job, we went into another job. One of the law attorneys split and went into his own practice, and he wanted to make sure he offered Chad a job too. So then Chad had 2 jobs at attorneys' offices and doing 2 different things. One, he does what they call jail mail, that they solicit for people who've been arrested, and the other one, he shreds the confidential papers. One day I was at work, and actually Chad was at work too, and I got a call from his high school teacher, and they were talking about Chad transitioning, and he was getting ready to graduate, and they wanted me to sign a form that would allow him to go to the day program that was close to us. And I said, well, why would I do that when he has a job? And the teacher's answer was, well, that's where everybody goes. And I said, well, that's not where Chad's going. But we work with an employment agency that specializes in supported employment, Briggs and Associates. They're wonderful and have done a great job supporting Chad. And within probably 5 months, he had a job at Pizza Hut. As a matter of fact, he started 3 years ago on Super Bowl Sunday. And I can remember that they said all employees have to work, and that means Chad too. Chad's job at Pizza Hut is to wash the dishes. The drivers love Chad because if Chad's not working, the drivers have to wash the pizza pans. And they want to be out making deliveries, making tips. So Chad's really popular at Pizza Hut. Everybody knows him and they like him being there. And he went from working 2 days a week before COVID to working 4 days a week since COVID, and will continue to do so. Maybe a month after we got the job at Pizza Hut, he got a job at Gold's Gym. And he really enjoys doing that too. Chad really likes any job that you give him. He likes being engaged. He likes being around people. He loves getting a paycheck, and he utilizes his paychecks very well. He helps with utilities around here, and he's responsible for buying his own clothes and shoes and things that he wants and needs. I find a lot of times people are resistant parents often because they are concerned about the Social Security check. And for us, we've only seen a benefit in Chad working. He ends up making more money, and he doesn't lose his Medicaid, and he's able to work up to about 25 hours a week before he loses his check. But even if he would lose his check, he could still draw his Medicaid and he would end up making more money having being employed, and he's also paying into services that he'll receive later and not taking from the government now, which I think is a benefit for everyone when he's a tax-paying citizen and able to carry his weight just like we all do. Chad's proven to us that he wants to work by his continuing to do better at work, more hours, better relationships. He just continues to be happy when he knows he's going to work. If you're watching this, you're probably a parent advocate, and I just truly believe that we advocate and send our kids to school for one or two reasons. They should either go to college or go to work. Chad wasn't going to go to college, so work was our best option, and I just hope that you can find the best option for your loved one.